disguises the dirt road underneath it. Imagine the scene. I have to circle around in front of my van to get in and drive off. So in the process of circling around, when I hear this yelling, screaming, roaring growl, scares the bejesus out of me. Hopping in the van, breaking it up, flooring it, pulling away. And when I look through that side view mirror, I swear to you, if I'm lying, I'm flying. There is a giant black wolf standing on two legs that walks out into the road. And it's looking at my van. I see the red reflected in its eyes from my tail lights. Listen, this was the first time I delivered to the Mosley's property. The second time, I damn near had a fucking heart attack.
Let's get covered NYC. Health insurance plans are now more affordable than ever. Get free
let's get music playing
Visit nyc.gov/get.
All right, good morning, y'all. Today, I got a new phone, but all right, let's do this like this. I'm gonna have to put this stuff down.
Being in law enforcement
These dishes reek with that cold water. I have to clean up my crib. I need my house clean. I need to clean. Oh man, this is big. That's alright.
Not like something paranormal or big with a person. And this guy comes running past me. Understand, I am backing away from my weapon drawn. He runs past me, stop me, throws his hands up and says, whoa, I'm just out for a jog, and I'm trying to tell this man, hey, there's something wrong with this trail. You need to back up and come what he had on ear pockets. I'm telling you, take off the ear pockets and listen to me. And this man tells you that he in that direction. Anyway, that man runs solid 45 more yards, and then we hear this growl. I know he heard it because he reacted like he heard the growl. His whole body literally left the ground, jumped up into the air,
So y'all,
where this thing was going. Now understand, I told you, man, to turn your
what I'm
back in the
doing
direction
today
that
is
he
going
was.
to clean my home.
This man takes off, sprint like an
I live
8 long-distance runner down the trail.
in
And
a
wait, we're
small
not walking.
space.
And understand, once you get to that end of the trail, there's just a dynamic circle that you understand what you get your way back. He is running away from safety, full speed, so fast, there's no way that I'm going to be able to catch him. And you hear this thing tearing off through the woods in his direction. So imagine the scene. I'm standing there looking at this, thinking to myself, what the fuck do I do? So I take out my cell phone, dial 911, identify myself as an officer, tell them where I am, and tell them I need to speak to a park ranger. The 911 operator transfers me over to the park rangers. I tell them exactly what the hell is going on, and they tell me to meet them there in the parking lot. So now I am jogging back to the parking lot. When I get there, I wait a solid 10 minutes, and up pulls these park rangers with a truck and 2 4-wheelers on the back of the trailer. I identify myself as a cop, explain to them everything that's going on, tell them that this man took off running down this trail. They pull those 4-wheelers off and begin to head down the trail. Now, I offer to hop on a 4-wheeler with them to go look for the dude, and they tell me, no, stay right here just in case he returns. They leave. They're gone, right? A few minutes later, another car pulls up down the trail, tells me I need to leave. This guy doesn't know that I'm a person. He doesn't know that I'm law enforcement. I explain all of that to him and tell him, hey, the other rangers told me to stay here and wait. He says, listen, you don't need to wait. You can go ahead and leave. But I insist on staying because I know there's nothing he can do to make me leave. Get this. A solid 30 minutes pass. They come back up that trail to the parking lot with this guy on the back of the 4-wheeler, and he looks like he's been through holy hell. His hands are scarred up, scratched up, and bleeding. His knees and inner thighs are dripping blood, and the poor dude is mumbling and talking incoherently about it was trying
Today
to
is cleaning day.
trying to kill him. Listen to me, this man is scratched up. His wounds are literally dripping blood all over the place. So much so that they call an ambulance. When the ambulance gets there, he's still talking incoherently about the giant red wolf that walked on 2 legs, and that the only way he escaped it was climbing up the side of a rock face, and he said it was trying to eat me, it was going to kill me. Now they put that man in the ambulance and take him away. And the very first park ranger that I was talking to comes over to talk to me, and I tell him, hey man, I saw what this guy saw. What? Man, square in my eyes and says, listen, you don't even want to know what that was. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and leave. We get ready to close down all of the trails in this area, and they probably won't open back up for another month. So I head home with all of this on my mind. Take off my clothes, get into the shower. I'm standing there thinking to myself, you know what? You could have left that man right there, never called 911, ran to your car, got in and left, and he probably would have died. But no. Instead, you decided to get
Alright, now it's time to do my dishes.
understand, everything I've heard about dog man takes some type of dog man that takes them off that trail. So even though it's absolutely frightening and terrifying to encounter something like that, I came to it as a place. Had a mental breakdown. People who had negative things to say about the police, about how I did my job. I was here to protect the people. It does exist in this world. That was an example of it. Listen, after going through that, I jumped all of the emotional roller coasters and haven't been back on it since. Because protecting and serving is not just a job, it's who I am.
Alright.
So we're sleeping in our tent, and I hear what sounds like an eye man.
Yes. Who knows?
but it's way too awkward and it's hard.
Hello?
Crazy. And Brett, I'm laying there listening. I hear Byron and his girlfriend say, what the hell is that? And you know, black folks, when it comes to camping, well, it took me like it's all month because camping. This old lady is going on this camping trip with us, and I wanted my best friend to have a good experience. Now I'm coming out the tent to check on them to make sure they're okay. And when I emerged, the two of them are standing with their shining big flashlights and only problem is I'm not wearing my glasses, so I got back into the tent. On, grab my glasses, come back out, and they have the light shining on this giant head in the tree. It's there. You can clearly see what looks like a humanoid head the size of my chest, but it's turned to the side and it has its
All
eyes
right.
open. And I softly explained to them, I say, Myron, that is a gigantic ass Bigfoot, and they do not like lights shine in their eyes. Please turn that light off. So Myron turns the light off and then turns it back on a couple of seconds later, and it's gone. Now I don't have to explain to you that once the sun rose, our camping expedition came to an end. At sunrise, my wife and I are up, getting ready to cook breakfast, and Myron and his old lady are like, no, hell no, we're not having none of this. We are heading home. And ever since those events, man, I can't even talk about going in.
Right. I want y'all to let me know, whoever watched this, what's y'all routine in cleaning up your house? Do you listen to music? Actually, I'm about to turn on some music, although I am listening to some story time. And I don't own the rights to this
Over the
music.
years as a repo man, I've experienced a whole lot of crazy shit. I've been shot at, had people try and run me off the road with their car on the back of my truck, but nothing more crazy than when I went to this dude's house to repo his car and a giant dog came running out of the woods on two legs, tackled a deer, and drug it off into the woods. I pull up to this man's house at 3 a.m. expecting him to be asleep. But over time, you learn things about people when you're in this business. You see a person who knows they haven't been paying their car note. If they hear any noise at night, they're hopping straight up out of bed, looking and peeking through the window. So if I pull up to a house in the middle of the night to take a car, I anticipate that that person may come out of that house in any type of mood. And this particular morning was a situation just like that. I pull up to the house with that car, I'm yanking it up onto the bed of my record, and he comes running out of the door saying, hold on, man, wait, I got the money to pay you. I got the money to pay you. Listen, I've been doing this for 25 years. I done had people come out and say they have the money and it's a delay tactic. Next thing you know, they got all their neighbors and friends surrounding me, trying to punk me into putting this car back down. So I tell them, listen, sir, I'm just doing my job. You and I both know you haven't been paying this car note. I'll give you until I can get this vehicle on the back of this truck to come back with the money, and I'll put it back. But if you don't come up with this $1,300, I'm taking this truck. So I continue to load his vehicle on a truck. He turns around and runs back into the house. Now, I have the vehicle on the back of the record. I'm going through the process of securing it to make sure it doesn't move. When he comes out of the house with a wad full of money. And I'm like, okay. So I'm standing there counting the money, and I realize that he's not really paying attention to me. He's looking over to the right. Nonetheless, I count it, and he's giving me $200 more than he's supposed to. So I give it back to him, and I go into the process of taking his vehicle back off of the truck. But looking back at him again, he is just standing there staring off to the right. So I walk over to where he is, where I can get a clear view of what the hell this man is looking at. And when I get right next to him, he turns around and runs into the house. Listen, my attention shifts to him running into the house like a madman, because I'm anticipating he about to do something extremely crazy. But that's when I hear this growling and look to my right where he was looking, and there's this deer in this big open space to the right of his house trying to juke this upright walking dog like it's Barry Sanders. For a split second, I tell myself, this cannot possibly be real what I'm seeing. So I close my eyes and open them again, and the two of them are still there juking back and forth. Then that deer cuts to the left and tries to run off into the woods, and this thing chases it down, tackling it, rolls on the ground, snaps its neck, grabs it by the hind legs, and starts to drag it into the woods. Listen, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I might have did some damage to this man's car when I was trying to put it back down because I was getting the hell out of there. When I tell you that was the most insane, crazy thing I've ever seen in 25 years, it was the most insane thing.
With GoDaddy payments, you can get paid fast and securely. Start today at GoDaddy.com/payments.
I'll take the double McNuggets. Oh, this one's my backup in case something happens to the first one.
Where are you?
No, I can't. That's what I did.
Hang on a second. Oh, what did the kids?
Patrice,
I mean,
I'm the
your times, honey.